Not long ago, deep in the Appalachian wilds, a group of drunken misfits joined forces to play Dungeons and Dragons. Inspired by boredom and equipped with loose morals and a questionable understanding of the rules, our heroes venture forth to explore strange new lands. So gather up your dice, your manuals, and your livers, and join us on a quest to make absolute fools of ourselves. This is Botched, a D&D podcast.
Previously on Botched.
Blub blub! Blub blub, you don't have to answer questions anymore. We granted you a reprieve. You want to stick around and live with us in our house, blub blub? Blub blub! Blub blub, we're gonna be family. Blub blub family. Blub blub.
Blub likes to party. Blub likes to party. Blub 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 blub.
Welcome back, junior researchers, to the 14th episode of our 8th season. Thanks so much for tuning in again. We are going to start a little while after we left off last time, as the O5 Council is still trying to figure out how to ascertain the whereabouts of the Serpent's Hand. But in the meantime, there has been a bit of an emergency, and they've asked Site 69 to help out by facilitating some MTF into their group, the Choir Boys, to help deal with an already existing SCP that is technically under containment. So this SCP that is under containment is known as SCP-1983, otherwise known as the Door to Nowhere.
So close.
This SCP exists in Niobrara, Wyoming? Niobrara County in Wyoming. It's a one-story farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, and it hasn't had any occupants since about 1963 when there was a string of ritual murders. However, in the recent past, there have been some odd disappearances of cattle, other livestock, people, and there have been sightings of humanoids, like basically dark, shadowy people, humanoids wandering around and stealing the hearts of any living creatures they find, and then they go back to the house. The SCP figured out that the only thing that kills these are silver bullets, and if the person shooting the silver bullets says a prayer to whatever god they believe in, but they must believe it. Thus, they have christened the MTF that is responsible for overseeing this site as the Choir Boys. Yes.
Is that silver bullets and a prayer, or
both? They have to go together.
Down on my knees, I wanna thank you.
Okay. I wanna get down on my knees and start pleasing Jesus. Wanna feel His salvation all over my face.
God money. I'd do anything for you.
So, according to the O5 Council, recently a researcher, against the better judgment of the rest of the site, the researcher went into the Door to Nowhere site, or SCP-1983, and they have not come back yet. So they are sending in a squad. Every time they've sent in a squad, nobody ever comes back. However, every time somebody goes in, more of these dark, shadowy people come out and start murdering. So they have to keep an eye on the door and try and keep it closed at all times. So you will be, tonight's episode anyways, will be members of this MTF group, the Choir Boys, trying to basically get in there, find said researcher or scientist if they're still alive, and get back out if there is any way to do so. There's a facility built around the farmhouse so that people don't, just randomly wander into it. It looks like a chemical factory or something like that. But yeah, so there's a base built very close by that's constantly monitoring the doors. So yeah, is there any other questions you have or information you'd like before going in?
Voice and head.
Yes.
Approximately how big is this farmhouse?
So the farmhouse it's a one-story farmhouse, about maybe 1,200 square feet, maybe.
Ranch style.
Ranch style.
Got it. Now,
one door in the front. However,
go ahead.
When you open the front door, it almost looks as though it's obvious that there's a spatial anomaly. because no light passes through the door. Like, you can see some sort of living room, but when you, like, use a flashlight or anything like that, no light casts on anything into the room. And, yeah, they've tried attaching a tether to somebody with a camera and sending them in. The moment they pass the doorway, the tether or the rope or cable gets really taut and snaps, and the camera feed cuts immediately. So they haven't had any way of knowing what's going on in the house, but they do know that there's some sort of spatial anomaly behind this.
Very well.
And what
Very
happens
well.
with the camera? It just goes right to static as soon as it goes through?
The moment it passes through the
Okay.
doorway, goes to static.
Have they tried putting just their head through? Like, not walk all the way through?
Yeah.
And what happens at
They
that
got pulled
instance? Okay, just like sucked through like it was.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And
And we're supposed to be going in. Is that correct?
Yes, you're going to
All right.
try
Very
and
well.
go in there and get that researcher out, or at the very least, figure out what happened to him.
there's no radio signals that are coming through whatsoever.
Nothing.
Okay.
No communication.
And you said this is in a rancher in Wyoming?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So how long has that door been there? Like, was this originally a ranch house that somebody owned and
Yes.
was living in, and then this thing
There was
appeared?
there was
Or
a
is-
string of murders back in the 60s, and nobody's lived in that house since 1963. As far as when the door turned into another dimension, no one's sure.
Yeah,
There's
because
theories.
nobody's been living there.
Yeah, there are theories that, there were ritual murders, so maybe something they did caused this spatial anomaly to kick in.
Is there
later on.
any news articles about this? Like, do we have information on these murders?
Not much, other than they appear to be ritual in nature. At the time that they happened, there were like symbols drawn on the ground and candles, and like it was obvious a blood sacrifice of sorts. But nothing happened right then and there. It wasn't until much later that the house turned into some sort of anomaly.
And nobody caught him, right? Like, these were. Nobody knows who committed these murders.
Oh no, they got caught and were killed back in the 60s.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they were killed by authorities before the SCP ever got involved.
Well, yeah, I mean, if the anomaly wasn't there, the SCP has no right to be there.
Yeah.
What is the name of this missing researcher there, Voice in the Head?
His name
Ooh, good question.
is Robert
Awesome.
Bloomington.
Smigel.
Awesome.
What's his specialty?
Hinges.
Technically, his specialty is astrophysics, but he also has a specialty in anomalous skin conditions.
He's putting the ash. in
Very well.
astrophysics.
Now, what is his religion?
His religion?
Yeah.
He was really into the god Thoth, the ancient Egyptian god Thoth.
Egyptian. Got it. And what's his greatest fear?
His greatest fear?
I know the SCP Foundation keeps catalogs of that, so go ahead
Yes,
and give it
yes.
to me.
His greatest fear, dirty toes. Other people's dirty toes being near him, touching him.
Very well.
Freaks him out.
Now, just as a meta note, I believe it is Tristan's turn to lead an MTF.
Are you sure
you
you
don't
want
want
that,
to.
lad?
If you don't want to,
Yes.
that's fine.
I'm willing to take the responsibility.
The only
I
other
think
thing to keep in mind, so that the creatures, the black creatures that take hearts, they don't rip the hearts out. There's no sign of damage to the person's body. It's like they just phase in and pull the heart right out. So it's just an empty cavity in their chest. But they
What-
always, as soon as they take the heart, they immediately go back to the house. So they
have
only
there
care
been
with that.
any incidents of any animals or persons that they have attempted to take the heart from and been unable to, not through shooting a silver bullet and plugging their holes with said bullet, but some sort of material, clothing,
Nope, that
anything
was the
like
only
that?
thing. The
Got
only
it.
thing that stopped him was the silver bullets with prayer.
Copy that. Very well. Very well. Well, Captain,
Yes.
yeah, let's introduce ourselves. What do you say, Cap?
Sure.
This is Captain Jamie Lasher of the Choir Boys, and I am a devout Lothlorianistic worshipper.
Okay.
I believe soundly that when I die, I will wake up in Middle-earth.
Okay.
Steven?
We're Chi 13, is that right?
Kai or Chai, whatever. C-H-I.
It's Kai. It's fine. So Chi 13, yeah. My name is Fringy. Also, Teabag Sugar. Fringy, Teabag Sugar Nelson. I am from Texas, born and raised, as my outrageous accent would no doubt lead you to believe. I am the junior corporal here on Chi 13, but I believe I bring enough experience in fighting anomalies in the government, especially the ATF, to the Foundation to be a valuable asset in the Choir Boys.
Okay.
I am a Christian first and a father second,
Okay.
and I don't have my nuts anymore. Don't want to talk about it.
Skiing accident. What are you going to do?
Biking accident.
And lastly,
My name is Charlie Scrubs, Sergeant Scrubs, MTF. I follow the path of the One. I love that. We believe that in a multi-layered subjective reality, and we're just waiting for the return of the Prophet, which we only know is the One.
okay.
His name is Jet Li.
So, ammo will matter. So, what exactly are you guys bringing into this house? You're also given suppressors.
Well, obviously, we want to protect our hearing, voice, and head. Now, me, Fringy, I'm always bringing in my, SBR M4. Got a nice 7-inch barrel on it, right?
Okay.
I've got obviously my chest rig full of magazines. I've got 4
4
extra magazines.
Okay.
For my
Highlights.
M4, and I've got a sidearm, a Sig P320
Okay.
with 2 extra mags.
2 mags.
You know what all that means, Dennis?
Yeah.
Good.
All in all,
He's
just
got
so
an extra
you know,
arm.
voice and
He's
head,
got like 3 arms.
that's going to be 121 rounds on the rifle,
He's got a lot of magazines.
and that is going to be 52 rounds on the pistol.
National Geographic.
All right, you ready? Are you gonna write this down?
Yep.
I've got an S48 Bronzer.
That's not a thing.
It's a total semi-automatic. I got a couple of magazines as well, coloring books.
Sure.
That's what I call them, just to be light in the mood here.
Uh-huh.
I also have a 330-aught sex.
30-aught sex.
Yeah, it's a limited release. They only minted about 1,200 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a couple flashbangs. You know what? I will roll a d6. Got 3 flashbangs.
Okay.
Anyone listening, go ahead and leave in the comments if you think I'm being made fun of directly.
I believe so.
And I have a G14 hunting knife with me.
Okay, knife.
Yeah.
Jamie.
I'm carrying a Walther PPK with 16 extra magazines, and that's it.
You can't have 16.
They're only 6 shot, lad.
Oh, okay. All right.
The G14 is a real knife.
Is it really?
Yep.
And also,
it is a sashimi knife.
No shit.
Yep.
also I have a silver weapon, which I have named Sting.
Silver weapon. Silver knife.
Silver long knife.
Okay. Silver knife.
Holy shit.
You've seen it before.
How about that?
I mean, I'm just saying, Christmas is. I mean, we got a P.O. box, everyone.
Right around. If you want to
Send
send
us
us
a
a
knife.
G14 knife,
Send us a $400 knife.
Or if you want to send me
Global
a replica of Sting,
Yanagiba knife.
Yangba.
That is badass.
Yeah, it's for sushi.
So you brought a sushi knife.
I mean, I'm going to carve these guys up. You'll see.
Okay.
I spent way too much money on it.
All right. So that is the
Kyoto,
gear that
so.
you have. They also recommend bringing in some rations and water because they don't know how long you'll be in there.
Absolutely.
There's no telling if there's any sort of sustenance in
Not
there.
only will we bring rations and water, but we'll bring a life straw. Because you can drink out of a puddle with one of those.
There you go.
Is that a straw that has a filter built into it?
Yes. They're completely very likely to fail, and you can't, if they get clogged, you can't blow them out.
But does it filter out bacteria or
Yes.
just really?
A
Yeah.
micron filter. You should buy a bunch of them because they will fail.
Yeah. Well, I'll have diarrhea, so
It's fine. It's all fine. Okay, so you guys each have, let's say 3 canteens of water and a week's worth of rations each.
Sure,
Like
we'll
that.
die of thirst before we're out of food.
Just sips. Just take some sips.
And iodine tablets.
Sure. Okay. You guys are
It
loaded.
seems
with
like maybe it
gills.
won't be an issue, so I won't argue with you.
Sure. So yeah, are you guys ready to go in?
Locked and
Yep.
loaded.
All right.
should
Suppressed.
we pray before we go?
Absolutely.
Okay. Each of you pray to your deities of choice.
Why don't you lead us in prayer, Captain?
I see the fear that would take the heart of you. The same fear. Let us assault.
Lock and loaded.
Okay. You guys head through the portal. The doorway, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like as you pass through this portal of sorts. It's not like you're sucked into a sliders portal or anything like that. You immediately just walk through as if it's a normal doorway. However, as soon as you pass through, everything is very dingy. The lighting is much duller. The room that you've entered into does not look like the room that you could see through the door. Everything is a little run down. It's much darker in here, though there are random lamps and things that are fastened to the wall or almost like fused to the wall and shining in different spots. And you see that in the room that you're in right now, the room is much bigger also than it appeared at the door. And you see 3 doors, one to your left, one to your right, and one straight ahead. But this room looks like some sort of forward room, almost like a foyer. But there's like broken furniture. There's some like random black mold here and there. Everything just seems very worn and run down. And you're filled with this sort of like dread as soon as you enter into this place.
All right, so
Voice and
there's,
head. Go ahead.
we went to a square room, and
Yes.
there's a left, a forward, and a right.
Yes.
And
So
behind
it's
us,
more of a mud room than a foyer, really.
Behind you is the door.
behind us is home.
Well, no one's ever been able to get back out, so you don't know
But
what
we're the
happens.
motherfuckers who will.
I mean, you could try the door.
I try the door.
It opens.
What's outside the door?
So when
I
the
cover
door
it.
opens, you don't see what you came in through. Instead, you see this vast open plain of purple sands, it looks like.
Shanto.
There
reckon
are
that's
these
kinda
random gnarled trees in various spots, and there are rocks littered about, but for the most part, it just looks like this big, open, vast wasteland.
It looks
And
like
there's some sort of light source, but you can't tell what it's from, like in the sky.
I think it might be Shatton.
Is that Dune?
No, it's Shatton, son.
Is this
Haven't
Dune?
you ever seen Beetlejuice
Well, I thought that, but that's also based off of Dune.
with the sandworms?
Captain, permission to try something?
Fergie, you can try whatever you want.
Voice and head, I'm gonna stick my head out the door and take a little breath. See if I can breathe in that purple sand space.
You just poke your head out the door, and you can breathe. It doesn't feel great, but you are able to breathe.
All right.
I reckon I wouldn't like pitching a tent out there, if you know what I mean.
And I think probably our researcher, Robert Bloomington, wouldn't go out there.
Probably not. He's probably got too good a head up on his shoulders, or he's racist against purple sand. Either way,
There are a lot of shadows in this room. Like I said, it's a very dark room, except for where the light is hitting, and there are just random lamps just fused into the wall and like spotlights here and there. But it's pretty hard to see otherwise. Your eyes are starting to adjust to the dim light, but it's kind of dark in here.
I turn on the light switch for us, Ned.
Nothing happens.
What about the LED
No more lights.
lantern we brought with us,
Light is cast from it.
which I
Normally.
name? Oh shit!
Squawky.
Roll
Squawky
perception
the
check.
lantern.
Perception check.
All of us?
Yeah.
I perceive with a 20 non-natural.
2.
Okay.
I'm looking at my phone.
7.
Millennial.
Okay.
My file of Galadriel cascades light into the room.
What'd you get for your perception?
I said I got a 20 non-natural.
Okay, you're the only one that notices. You hear, as soon as you hit that light on, you can hear movement in surrounding areas, and like unintelligible whispers, and it sounds as though footsteps moving in your direction as soon as you turned on that light.
I turn it off.
You turn the light off. It sounds like the footsteps are still coming in your general direction.
Are they coming from all around or a certain direction?
They are coming from straight ahead.
Well, boys, we've got company. Don't turn on any external lights. The lights here will do. And I think we shouldn't boogie from the front. Let's go left or right. Charlie, choose.
Left.
We're going left.
Okay. You enter into the door on your left, and this room does not match at all the style of the room that you were just in. The room that you were just in seems fairly consistent with the farmhouse, but the one you've entered into is now a Victorian-style bedroom. So much fancier, but still with that dingy sort of feeling.
Rough dimensions?
The dimensions are probably a 20-foot square room.
All
So
right.
it's another perfect square. This room has a broken down bed on your far right, and then there's also, on your far left. Straight ahead there is a door, and then to your right there is a door.
All right, close the door behind us.
Okay, close the door.
All right.
This room also has some random lights that are just causing spotlights, and it seems like there's pretty much just shadow all around other than these spotlights.
Teabag. Pick
Yes,
a door.
Captain.
Straight
Yes, sir.
ahead or to the right?
I reckon we stick to the right, see if it brings us around in a big old circle.
All right. So we went left and now we'll go right.
That's
Okay.
right.
So you open this door. The style is similar, at least, but now you're in some sort of Victorian kitchen. The kitchen, it has like a little island in the middle. It looks like it's made of tile, but all the tile is broken and cracked and fractured. Again, there are lights above. Most of them are not functioning. Some of them are, causing a spotlight. And then there are other just random lamps and lights fused into the walls, shooting light in various directions, but there's shadows everywhere else.
And no doors.
This room does have a door in each direction.
All right. So if we went right, we might be able to ambush the footsteps that were coming to the foyer if we wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, if this is a real place
Only
and
one way
not
to
just
find
a random generated room. All right, let's go right.
Well, I guess that's a good point. If we try to go into the door we just came from, does it take us back to the bedroom?
Yes.
All right. Thank you for your input, Charlie. It's very helpful. Let's go right when we go into the kitchen.
Okay, so you
circle
go
back,
in the kitchen, you
but
turn.
stealthily, and we'll try to ambush those motherfuckers who are coming
Okay,
for us.
roll me
in the
stealth.
front. I got a
Shit.
19.
Okay.
Now I want to preface this by saying you fellas bought me this die.
That's a nice die.
3.
Okay.
And also be ready with your prayers, because only a prayer and a silver bullet can take these motherfuckers down.
Sure.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, okay. Both Frangy and Charlie stumble over some of the chipped tile as
God damn it.
Jamie is about
Don't
to
say that.
breach the door and causes a little bit of a commotion. You sort of trip and fall. You hit some like loose pots and pans that are laying around. It makes a bit of noise.
Jesus
And you
Christ.
can definitely
Don't
tell
say
that the
that.
footsteps in the other room are now moving towards you. And those hushed whispers are much louder now.
Can I tell how many footsteps it sounds like?
I would say with your 20 that you rolled earlier, say 4 sets of footsteps.
All right, so you want to take roll defensive positions behind this kitchen island and take down 4 people?
Now,
Or-
hold on, Captain. Yeah,
Yes.
I know you said it sounds like 4 sets of footsteps.
Yeah, I got
Have we
questions, too.
ruled out the possibility this might be Sleipnir, the horse child of Loki?
Very well could be.
That
Do you think
Odin
you can
rode
shoot
into
that
battle at
motherfucker to
Ragnarok.
death? Schlepp
I mean,
me up?
I imagine it'll die the same way.
I mean,
Alright.
is the pattern of the footsteps like 2 bipedal?
No, it sounds like 4 bipeds.
Yeah, I think it's
4
people.
separate people.
You want to set up fields of fire in the corners of these rooms?
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna cover the corners. We're gonna set up overlapping fields of fire. Make sure we're not caught in the crossfire, and get ready to mow some motherfuckers down. Right?
And
Yeah,
we
don't
can
cross the
safely
stream.
assume they can hear light.
Okay. So they burst into the room and look around immediately for you guys. So so you guys were just hiding just off in the corners, like not in any specific places?
Well, so if you want overlapping fields of fire, you need from all different angles.
Okay.
So know where they can go, where they can have cover.
Sure. Okay. All right. So yeah, you do that. So they burst in, and
And I say, "Oh Lord, David Koresh, protect us from government overreach at all times."
okay,
And a fire.
And
a
I-
silver bullet.
Yeah, do your
roll to
roll.
attack.
And then we'll go.
13.
That will hit just barely.
Remember, Teabag, we are level 5. Should we get 2 attacks?
You fire off the silver bullet.
We're level 5.
Yes.
That was a 14.
Okay. You fire off the bullet. It hits one of these shadowy beings. You say your prayer as well and mean it. And this creature sort of disintegrates into nothingness.
Tango down.
Yep. So there's 3 left. They're moving towards, well, 1 for each of you.
I'll go next.
Yes.
I'll say my prayer.
Okay.
Neo guide me.
Sure.
And I'll fire.
Okay.
22.
Yeah, it's going to hit.
What's my assault rifle do? D12?
I would just say that if you
It
hit them,
kills
you
it.
kill it. Yeah. So same thing. You hit it, it dissipates immediately with those little whispers.
I'm going to
just on the
take my
wind.
second shot at another one.
Okay.
It's 18.
Yep, same thing. So you pop, and causes them to dissipate. There's only 1 left, and it's moving towards your captain.
I say, pity? It was pity that stayed Bilbo's hand. And I fire. With a 17.
Yeah, it's going to hit. So it doesn't even manage to get close to you as you light it up. Pop, and again, it dissipates into nothingness. And it's quiet again for a little bit.
Excellent. All right, so we know that they kind of come from the center area plus somewhere. Do we want to explore around before we go back to that station? If they have some sort of spawning point?
So there's nothing left of them, right?
Nope,
They disintegrated?
just disintegrated into nothing.
Maybe they just respawn and remember.
Possibly.
Like red skeletons in Castlevania.
Red skeletons.
Not red skeleton. Red
Red
skeletons.
skeleton. That's what I said.
All right. So you all picked once each already. So we came into this kitchen from the entrance, and to the right was where we were headed, where they are coming from. Let's peek through that door real quick.
Okay. You peek through the door. This also looks like a kitchen, but it looks more like a semi-modern apartment kitchen, so it's much smaller,
Yes.
much more compact. There's no kitchen island in the middle.
Right.
It's just much tinier.
Where's
of a
the
kitchen.
stove?
It's in the corner, so opposite corner of where you're located.
Right. And then doors?
What's left of it?
Yeah.
Again, 4 doors.
You son of a bitch. All right. I'm going to close that door.
Okay.
Let's go straight behind us through the kitchen. So left if we had entered that building from the original direction.
Okay. So you open that door. This also looks like a kitchen. However, this looks like a kitchen in a cabin.
Very small.
Everything's wood. It's very simple. You don't see any electrical devices, so it's much darker in this room. But you do notice that there are various spots where there are these almost like circular voids of total blackness, like on the walls. About 8 inches, maybe 8 inches in diameter, you're guessing. And they almost look like liquid, just
That's
there.
something. Any doors?
Yes.
Yeah.
3 doors. One straight ahead, one to your right, and then the one you came in, or the one you're poking through.
These circular voids, does anybody want to touch those? Charlie?
Not particularly. I can,
Do you have a hamster or something?
No. Is that something that
Standard
choir
SCP.
boys are supposed to be...
I mean, I have my little hamster's name is Pippin that I bring with me at all times.
Did you bring him today?
I did.
Well, why don't you put old Pip through?
High-low.
Well, hold on. He didn't do anything yet.
I asked for gear, and he never mentioned a hamster, so I'm making him high-low to see if he...
It's
Low.
not gear. It's
Low.
it's a pet.
I don't care. You do always bring your fucking
Little
stupid
Pippin.
hamster with you.
Fool of a toque. Why don't you throw yourself in next time?
He's
I
a
say
miniature
to them.
giant space hamster.
Uh-huh.
It's pygmy.
And
It's a pygmy space hamster.
I activate his
right.
little camera.
Yeah, he's got a little SCP MTF outfit.
He's also got a knife duct taped to him, just in case.
It's a G13, though.
It's a G13.
No,
it's
not
not quite as good as
I
the
silver
original
coated
G12.
his fangs.
Okay. They don't have fangs. They have, like...
Are you kidding me? They have to bite things so that their
Yeah, those aren't
teeth don't kill them.
Those aren't fangs. though.
I have
There's
been
teeth.
penetrated by a hamster voice and head personally. Those fuckers can bite.
I didn't
Yes,
say
they
they
can.
can't bite. I just don't think they're called fangs.
They're not fangs, so their buck teeth are
There
very
you go.
sharp.
You gonna
Yeah.
make me Google. Do hamsters
Have fangs.
He's
have fangs?
anyway.
Hamster teeth. Everything you need to know.
.com. Hamsterteeth.com.
Hamsterteeth.com.
You're on a list. All right.
Control
on.
F fang. Oh, 0 results.
Shucks.
You've got this fully kitted out hamster.
I send him into one of the little voids there with
Okay.
a little tow cable
A little tow cable.
attached to his harness.
That
Okay.
hamster is dead.
So hamster goes in
Off you
to
go,
the
little
black
buddy.
void. It ripples a little bit, and immediately the tow cable starts to like pull hard to the point where you are yanked towards that hole. What are you doing? You have one action before something.
I'm going to try to make a strength check to pull him out, and if I can't do that, I'm going to let the fuck go.
roll your strength check.
7.
You definitely don't. Roll me a dex save to disconnect that cable.
I'm
just
gonna
let go.
Oh, you
come
just
over
go,
with.
I figured it was attached
No, I
to
have
you.
it's like a little fishing reel.
Got it. Okay, you let go, and it just it goes in and like flaps around on the walls a little bit and sucks in, and then the ripples stop. It just goes back to being a calm black liquid. Your hamster is gone.
Bad news. The enemy knows everything Pippin knew. Good news, Pippin didn't know shit. Don't touch
Also, we got more rations now. If we're stuck in here for a while, because we don't have to feed Pippin.
Nope.
That's true.
We got a handful of kibble.
And as you have sacrificed Pippin, that is where we're going to take a break.
Shit.
It's me, Philip D, cutting into your episode once again to talk to you about patreon.com/botchpodcast. You haven't supported yet? Why the hell not? No, I know you're fast forwarding. I mean, I know that there's about 10 of you that are hearing this, but listen, patreon.com/botchpodcast is dope. $3 a month, literally less than a beer, at any bar that you go to, will get you into the Discord, which is full of the Island of Misfit Toys community that we have. It's a safe space of fucking wonderfulness. $5 a month? How about an extra couple, 1,000 hours of content that we've been making since 2016? $5 a month, man! It's great. It's a PBR and a fucking tip to your bartender. There's more, though. I mean, you can do $10 a month, get an item into this show. $30 a month gets you at the end of every episode. Your name is called out as a great Patreon producer. And $50 a month gets you into the secluded club that is the one-off bi-weekly games that we play with patrons. I can tell you right now, with me and my patrons, I'm running a game. I'm DMing it. I don't DM well, but they're having fun. It's set in the Fallout universe, and right now, as we speak, we're going through New Jersey. Why would you not want to do that? Hang out with other patrons. Get shit on by me, Tristan, or even Steve, and just support us. We could use it. We need it. We don't abuse it. And Chonky really needs that beer. So that's patreon.com/botchpodcast. Let's get back to this shit show.
And we're back with one less Pippin.
All right.
I'm going to have to write that down for the website.
Pippin the
Pippin the hamster.
hamster.com.
Powerofchicken.com.
All right. What
All
are you
right.
guys
I'll
doing?
take us forward since we have two choices. Straight.
Straight ahead. So you enter in straight ahead, and it's another modern-ish looking apartment, but it's a bedroom this time. So it's a relatively small bedroom, but it seems pretty disheveled. The gloom is still there. Again, more of these like strange spotlights that are just lighting up certain sections of the room, but not the entire room. And it appears this room has 4 doors in it.
I fucking hate this game.
Captain,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to tell you your job.
No. Any input?
You reckon we ought to call out to that researcher Bloomington, see if he's in
Oh,
here?
since you still have a walkie-talkie.
I thought maybe the radios probably don't work so good in here. Maybe we just yell?
Well, let's give it a shot.
I mean, hold on. How long ago did he go missing?
Like a day.
A day on our time.
Yes.
Who knows how long that is here?
We're here to look for him. We might as well call out for him.
I know, but I'm just nervous that if we make noise...
We've been making noise, lad.
Well,
Yeah, we've attracted the ire of several of the entities of this house, and we dispatch them with great prejudice.
Quite ease.
I understand that, but my issue is if we go willy-nilly calling this guy's name, we're going to bring more attention that we don't need. And if we are stuck in a room with 4 doors, what's to say we don't get overrun from all directions?
Well, Sarge, you got one more chevron than me, so I'll defer to you. How you propose we find him?
Let's try the radio first.
All right.
You probably had a call sign.
What's his call sign there, voice in head?
Blibbits.
Pimples.
Blibbits is his radio call sign.
Blibbits.
That's fucking stupid as hell. Okay.
This is Graham
Blom, blom.
calling Blibbits. Over.
Blibbits. You get static for about 30 seconds or so, and then you hear like a back in. Hello?
Blibbits. Hello.
Hello?
Identify yourself.
I am Blibbits.
And what is your real name, Blibbits?
I forgot what I told you.
Robert
Bloomington?
Yes.
I am Robert Bloomington.
How long have you been stuck here, Robert?
A day.
And tell me something only Robert would know.
I'm terrified of dirty feet and icky toes.
Okay, but here's the thing. Something doesn't sound right.
Yes,
Yeah, voice in head, I'm going to insight check.
Where are you?
Old Robert there. Yeah.
So we can meet up.
I'm somewhere in the house.
I know how to get out.
That's
but
an
I
insight
can't do
check
it
of a
by
15.
myself. 15? Something seems off.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, he's very monotone, and he doesn't seem panicked at all for,
At all, and he's asking for
He's
a
asking you for
precise
your
location.
precise location. Roll perception checks, by the way.
14.
God damn it.
How have you been proceeding through these rooms, by the way? Is there any particular way you're moving through room to room, or just
Into the
going?
light, I guess.
Okay.
Well, we were also moving through with understanding of where we were originally, and we know that we're one. Like, if we were to go through relative to where we came in,
Sure.
we are one room straight ahead of the entrance right now.
On a
No.
plane, yes.
Yeah, on a plane. Yeah. I was gonna say you guys moved through quite a few rooms.
So we're gonna take a left in this
Well,
modern
hold
bedroom.
on. We had to roll perception.
Yeah, roll
checks.
perception check.
We did.
What'd you guys get?
14.
14,
16.
16.
6.
Everybody, but is Frangy
Teabag.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Frangy rolled a 7. I keep forgetting we're level 5.
Sorry, Frangy. You still don't hear shit, Frangy. The other two, you hear shuffling of footsteps similar to before, but this time you hear them in multiple directions. One from the direction you came from, but a little bit in the distance. You hear one to your immediate right, and you hear some more straight ahead, but at a little bit of a distance. So they're not like in the next room or anything, but you do hear multiple footsteps coming at you from multiple directions.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I feel like we're going to get overwhelmed.
Let's go left in this room.
Okay. You open the door, and it looks as though it's a bathroom. It's a molded, broken down cabin bathroom.
Where's the shitter?
There's no other doors in this room, but it's very dark. There are no lights or anything like that. There's just a tub, like a clawed bathtub, and
Straight ahead.
busted up sink, and a shitter that also appears to be busted. Yeah, so that's what's in.
So
this
there's a shink, a tub, and a shitter.
Shink.
Yes.
Are they to the left, to the right, and the head, or what?
The tub is at the far back of the room. The sink is to your immediate right, and the toilet is to your immediate left. But it's pretty dark in this room. You don't see any of those black voids or anything, but there's no lights, so to speak. The shuffling is
Now,
getting closer.
fellas, those creatures, do you remember if they were made of shadows or light?
I don't think it was ever explained to us.
Said they were dark, shadowy
Dark
creatures.
shadows. Figures.
So the shadow people.
You think they're stronger in the shadows or in
I
the
mean,
light?
I've played Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
Stronger in the shadows.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
I feel like the more shadows, the more power.
Okay. Well, we found a dead end,
Okay.
which is
Well,
good.
don't use words like that. Don't jinx us.
Let's shut around and go back to the bedroom. And everybody, I'll look left. Charlie, you look right.
Okay.
And Teabags, you look straight ahead.
So you're going to check out each of the doors,
Yes, just in case
other than
they're
the
coming.
back. Okay.
Behind us, I think we're safe. We don't hear them.
Okay.
But we
Well, behind you is the bathroom, so now
Yes.
you don't hear anything over there. So the one looking to, if you have your back to the bathroom anyways, to your immediate left, there's a Victoria-style kitchen again. Very similar to the last one, but not exactly the same, so you're pretty sure it's not the same exact kitchen. If you were to look straight
voice in
ahead.
head, I believe that we have walked back into the bedroom.
I know.
It's modern. Okay.
I'm saying when you look left, there's another Victoria-style kitchen.
Ah, nice.
If you look to the right, obviously there's that cabin kitchen.
Yes.
And straight ahead there looks to be a modern-style house living room. So it's much more modern in terms of its styling. So this whole entire... So obviously this building is much bigger than it is on the outside, but also it seems to be a hodgepodge of different places and rooms from various... So it doesn't all seem like it comes from the same place.
It's not thematic at all.
No. But when you look through each of those doors, you can hear those people walking towards your location. Can't see them yet, because you've been closing doors behind you and whatnot. And there's no open doors currently. But you can hear them coming.
Captain,
Yes.
why don't we walk towards where these fuckers are coming from?
All right, sure. We'll head left again to this Victorian kitchen.
Okay?
I don't know if we should.
I mean,
Well, we need to find out where they're coming from.
yeah.
Obviously, Bloomington is gone.
Yeah, sure. Like using a light attracted them, and then calling on the radio attracted them. So is it technology or electricity or what?
I think it's more of just
Reaching out through
our,
the darkness.
our voice.
Well, we're talking and they're not appearing.
Maybe they're on a 15-minute respawn counter.
That's also a technical possibility.
I mean, we could
But
just...
something's triggering.
Well, we could just be in a simulation. You never know.
Well, why don't you shoot your gun and find out?
Well,
Voice in head, was there a particular time interval that those creatures and people were having their hearts ripped out outside of the farmhouse?
It seemed like it picked up as soon as like the SCP Foundation had sent in a mobile, like any sort of task force into the facility. It seemed like more came in. If the shadow people were allowed to enter back into the building, more shadow people came back out to collect hearts. If the shadow people were dealt with, the intervals, basically they didn't pop back out unless somebody was sent in.
All right. So we've gone through this door into the Victorian kitchen. Are there more doorways here?
Yes, again, there's 4 doors.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
In the immediate, so straight ahead from you, there you can hear the footsteps. So they're in that next room, moving
Straight.
steadily
So
towards you.
let's take them out.
Yeah, let's go straight ahead and fuck them up.
Okay. So you're going to move into that next room?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you open the door.
Into...
High, low. Let's go with a Steve.
Low.
You open the door, and they are about
My
4
name's
feet
Frankie.
away. I know, I was just saying you, Steve. It wasn't like pertaining to your character or anything like that.
Okay.
You open the door, and they are actually much closer than you anticipated. They're about 4 feet away and closing. You each have 1 action before these 4 shadow people reach your current location.
Well, I guess we shoot them with a prayer.
All right, roll.
Lord Koresh, protect us from those who would deny us full auto.
Okay.
And I go full auto.
Okay.
With a 19.
Yep, it's going to hit. So you fire away, blast it, immediately dissipates. Only 3 left. Who's next?
I will.
Okay.
Sooner or later, you're going to realize that as I did that, there's a difference in knowing the path and walking the path. Morpheus, 1085, and I shoot.
Okay.
It's a lot. 18.
Yeah. Again, you hit, dissipates. No problem.
The one guides my bullets.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. I fire with a 15.
That will also hit. Dissipates. So there's 1 shadow person left.
Thank God we have all 2 attacks for 1 action. I fire again.
Okay.
Well, we only had 1 action.
Yeah, but 1 action equals 2 attacks.
I get a 17. I have...
Yeah, it is. It
I'll,
kills.
you know,
Yeah,
I'll burn
same
2.
thing.
You've all burned a couple with Mr. Full Auto over here.
Okay. Now, you can still hear those distant steps in the distance. The radio's still like, where are you guys located?
And I turn my radio
Try
off. Fuck that guy.
Clicks off. Okay. So yeah, you're
Fuck
now
it.
in this cabin living room. You see like almost a mutated moose, but it's almost like melted a bit. It's dilapidated it's like a moose head on the wall. There's a fireplace, but it's kind of like crooked a bit. There are more of these random lights, like lamps, just located around. Now, when you were roll me perception checks, I guess, or intelligence or history.
13.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay. You guys noticed when this whole fight happened that the shadow creatures walked right through those lights with no issue whatsoever. In fact, when they walked through the light, they seemed more like their claws were sharper
It's
and
opposite.
they had more detail as opposed to when they were in the shadow.
All right. But we could see them in the shadow.
You could. They were just a little harder to see in the shadow.
Now, this cabin living room with a fireplace,
Yes.
does it have any exits?
4 doors.
I fucking hate
One
you.
in every direction.
We're never going to get there.
I don't think we're ever going to get it.
We're never going to
Anyway.
find it naturally. We have to figure out, because I am running out of table space to map this house.
I think it's a random generated house, and I don't think that there is an exit.
We don't need an exit. We need the man himself.
I don't think we're ever going to find him. I think this house consumes things.
Well, that's not a very positive outlook, son.
Well,
Captain, you reckon it's time to start smashing lights with the butts of our weapons and go NVG?
Absolutely.
All right.
But remember, they seem to be attracted to any kind of electronics. Or is it just intervals?
I don't think we have proof of that.
All right, let's find out. Smash these fucking lights.
Okay. Smash the
In
lights.
every room. Only one way to be sure.
So you're in the cabin living room. You smash the lights. So it's pretty dark in
It's
here.
pitch black.
Can't
You're not,
really see a whole lot of anything.
you're not afraid of the dark.
We go MVG there.
Yeah, we
Voice
have
Metal.
night vision goggles.
Okay. Yep. You can see in the dark. You can also see that now that you're in the dark, there are those little black ovals. There are quite a few in this room. They're not all on the walls. Some of them are on the floor.
Are they growing?
Nope.
How far away are the sounds of footsteps?
These footsteps are about 3 rooms away, I would say.
Let's position ourselves in such a way that they have to walk through one of those holes and see what happens.
Well, I was just going to say, let's wait for them to come here and see how they react to the shadow room.
Yes.
Okay.
But also in such a way that they have to walk through the holes to get to us.
I think they'll be
Maybe they'll avoid it or
intelligent
not.
enough to
Let's
walk.
find out. Let's
We'll
see.
find out.
Let's fucking see.
Okay. So are you hiding in this room, or are you like
Yes.
just... Okay.
Full ghillie shoot.
Ghillie suit.
I can't see.
Okay. So eventually, the footsteps get louder. It sounds like there's about 8 of them. And you guys are just against the walls, or like...
Probably in the corners again, like we
in
did the first
corners?
room.
Okay.
Yes.
So your night vision goggles, the door opens, but the night vision goggles aren't picking up the shadow people.
All right.
But you can hear them
If we
shuffling
If we
around.
took the goggles off, can we see different darkness inside the darkness?
Roll me a perception check.
This die is hot. 23.
15.
17.
I would say
Burps.
that Charlie Scrubs, you can see a little bit, like a little bit. You can see the outlines. Jamie Lasher, you definitely can see the overall shape of each of them much clearer. It looks like they walk in and they're just kind of wandering around.
They can't see it.
They don't see you guys. They're not sure. I mean, as far as you're concerned, they're not sure where you are. You see them step on those black puddles as if they were solids.
All right.
So, like, it doesn't seem to impact them at all.
That's good intel.
But they wander around for a bit, and then they move through the room that would have been straight ahead from where you came in. So they just keep moving forward and past you.
Huh.
So they don't see you.
And we've got... Ah, shit. If we put the night vision back on, we can do hand shines to each other.
Yes.
Do you want to try to come up behind them and stab them with our silver knives?
Captain, why don't we follow them, see where they're going?
All right, let's follow them.
Yeah,
Well, if we go in somewhere lit, they're going to see us, fam.
not if we're stealthing behind them.
All right, let's try it.
But
Ready
also,
with our
like,
knives, you're not
our
ready.
knives aren't silver.
Mine is. I said at the beginning.
He did say so.
I did.
You
I
fucking
have a
idiot.
sushi knife.
You have a sushi knife.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have a knife. I've got guns.
That's right.
All right,
He's just
well,
said
we'll be
guns.
ready with
Okay.
a prayer.
So you follow into the room behind them, and you see again. So this time it's a
I run
it's
out
a
of paper
modern
for you,
looking
though.
house kitchen. So this one is a little more modern in terms of the appliances that are used. There's also an island. Roll me a perception check.
Everyone,
Yes.
critical fail.
Okay.
Another 15.
Let's see shit.
Also a 15.
Okay. The other two that are not Charlie Scrubs,
Stupid.
that is not stupid, clearly see that this room is much better lit, but again, with those spotlights. And as the shadow people walk through the spotlights, their bodies get much more rigid in terms of like detail and whatnot. So it seems like their bodies take on much more of a harsh form as they move through lights. And there are a number of these lights in this room, but you also notice out of the corner of your eye, there appears to be a note on the ground on the left-hand side of this room. This room only has 3 doors. They're continuing to head straight ahead without, just sort of wandering a bit, but mostly heading straight ahead. But yeah, there's a note on the left-hand side.
Sorry, how many doors?
3. The one you came in, one straight ahead, and one to your right.
Straight ahead, right. And there's
What's-
a note on the left.
Yes.
I use my optical zoom to zoom in.
Nice. And hatch.
It's a note.
What's it say?
I mean, you're not going to be able to... You'd have
All
to
right,
walk
we'll
over
wait.
and pick
We'll
it
wait
up
for
and look
them.
at it.
Can we get to the note without going into the light?
Yes. It's a bit of a tight fit, but you can get over there and grab it without going into the
Can
light.
one of us at a time stealth over there? Perhaps.
Sure.
I stealth with a 21.
You
to
are
grab the
stealthy.
note.
I don't need to roll since he's already over there.
I bring it back to the group and I I fucking read it.
Okay. It's a handwritten note,
Yes.
and it appears to be almost like a SCP dossier, like the normal stuff that you would see when they're classifying SCPs.
Yes.
So it says item number pending. Object class Keter. God help you. Special containment procedures. You're going to die, you poor dumb fuck. This isn't a threat. I'm Robert, Bloomington.
Robert Bloomington.
I'm in the middle of this goddamned thing, and I'm telling you, if you're here, you're going to die. I'm probably already dead. So that's out of the way. Let's get to the containment procedures. There's really only one. Close the goddamn door. You aren't going to get back through there. You've probably already tried, but we know they can get out if they try hard enough. That's how we found this fucking place. Hopefully you've already done that. I know we did once we gave up on getting out through there. If you didn't, then you go straight back and get that door closed. That is your only priority right now. You're going to die anyway. Might as well do some good before you're gone. So, here's a story. Tell me if you've heard it before. The Foundation gets reports of trouble in bumfuck USA. Cattle and wildlife are dying mysteriously. Some people turn up missing. When a body shows up, autopsy finds the heart missing. Not cut out, not torn out, just gone. Empty space in the middle of the chest.
Yes.
They find some sort of pitch black things floating around. Some brain at the Foundation has seen something like them before, figures out how to kill them, silver bullets, and pray to God as you fire. Literally. For some reason, that makes it work. Doesn't matter which God, but you damn well better mean it. I can't anymore. Not after seeing The Nest. Anyway, Foundation figures out where it's all coming from. Some house in the middle of bumfuck. No one's lived there in years, not since yada yada murder cult rituals bullshit. The main thing is, these things keep appearing out of the front door. Team goes in, they never come back out, but then again, neither do the monsters. A sane person would say, good enough. Keep an eye on it. Kill anything that moves. But this is the Foundation. You guys are probably tough agents from MTF whatever the fuck. Maybe Securenos, maybe choir boys, I don't know. You go bust down the door and run inside and that's it, you're fucked. The living room was bad enough. That's where they got O'Brien. They reached in and suddenly he keeled over and one of them took off with his heart in its claws, I guess. They're less distinct here. You probably noticed that. They're like shadows. Stay away from the light. I know that sounds stupid, but think about it. In the light, shadows are stronger. They have edges. When it's dark, they're indistinct. They can hardly touch you. And they don't see very well. I think they see by your shadow. I don't know. I'm just pulling at straws here. I'll be honest. You've probably tried going back out the door, but if you haven't, don't. It leads to someplace even worse. There aren't any monsters, but Jones went too far from the house, and I swear to God, he started to melt. Things started popping out of him, and all you need to know is he didn't make it back. That's when we closed the door. So we started moving through the house. We kept to the light at first before we wised up. 3 of us gone that way, but we got a pretty good picture of our surroundings. This place, it's big. It's not just a farmhouse. It's like they stole bits and pieces from a lot of places and stuck them all together. There's some bits that look like an apartment, some that look like a shopping mall, and even what I swear is a closet from my old high school. Same patterns on the tiles and everything. There's also bits that are made out of stuff. It's black, like the shadow things, and it's mostly in the well-lit places. If the lights go out, you can stick your hand through. I don't recommend it. That's how we lost Torres. Something grabbed him, pulled him through. The hole wasn't big enough for his head, but he still went through eventually. So stay away from the light places, but watch your step when it's dark. Of course, there's no way out. We figured that out too. Any door you find, it either just leads to another room in this nut house, or it leads out there, and it's pretty obvious we can't live out there. So it's wait until you starve to death, or one of those things gets you. Great bunch of choices, huh? There's one thing you can do. I couldn't go through with it, but maybe you can. It won't help you live, I don't think, but I think it's important. I'm pretty sure someone's going to have to, or these things are going to get out eventually. This place is stolen from lots of places, so I'm thinking there have to be other doors. We've closed all the ones we found, but what if they get opened again? And the Foundation doesn't find them in time. Hell, they don't even know about closing the doors. I'm just hoping they figure out that if someone goes in, the things might stop getting out. And that's assuming everyone's smart enough to close the door after they come in. So I think I figured out a way to stop these things. It's the nest. I only saw it once for a few minutes. We followed one of the bastards after they got Denning's heart. It took it into a room that I guess is in the middle of the whole place. It's all black stuff. And they've dragged in every kind of light they could find, I guess. Lamps, flashlight, candles, you name it. Some of them were carrying more as we watched. Anyway, at the middle, and then it just kind of like trails off as if like he was writing and something happened. So it doesn't look like he finished what he was saying. But yeah, so that's the note that you read.
All right, boys. Let's go back. Close the door.
Did we close the door?
Yeah.
Oh, we did close the door. All right.
We did.
We have to go back to the Shenta, though. We're at the peripheral.
Well, he said it's all black stuff, so I guess we look for we go through and find door by door which has more black stuff as we go, right?
And he said it's in the Shenta, so we have to go back kind of straight from where we entered.
No, because we don't know where the center is.
All right, well, let's...
He said they followed the shadow
Yes.
monster.
All right, let's attract some more. I click my light on and click it back off.
Okay. The ones that were going away from you have now come back towards you.
And we all stealth.
Okay. Roll me
And we
stealth.
assist each other with advantage.
And you got another one of them hamsters there, boss?
No, just... Well,
Just the one.
No. Well, Mary Ardok is always with Pippin. You're making me fucking roll for that shit.
High low.
I've been rolling hot all night, so I'm going low.
Yeah, you got one other fucking hamster named
Yeah.
Mary.
Mariodoc. And
I got 16 still.
what do you want me to do with this hamster?
Shoved up
Teabag.
the ash.
Well,
That's where I store him.
if I remember correctly, they were taking hearts not just from people, but from animals, too.
All right,
So
so-
maybe if it finds Mary Doc, they'll take its heart and bring
Put
it
him on the
back.
counter here at the kitchen,
Okay.
near the light. I toss him into the light.
Okay. When you toss it into
Stay.
the light, the shadow creatures immediately now rush towards where the hamster is. The hamster pulls out its teeny tiny M4 and attempts to fire, but the bullets
But
are
it's just a toy.
it's just a toy. It's not
What an
real.
asshole.
It's like
It
a
was
little,
3D printed.
Yeah. So it doesn't really do anything.
He's got a little helmet that says "Born to Wheel."
That's right.
Born to squeal.
One of the shadow people reaches over with their tiny, their fingers turn into like tweezers almost, and just reach in and pluck out a tiny heart, and the hamster immediately dies. And then that shadow person immediately goes back the way that he originally came from. So not the way that he just came from, but originally. So back towards the direction of the entrance.
All right, Charlie, watch our shicks and everybody forward. Follow this asshole.
Okay. So you're gonna follow.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Roll me stealth to just make sure that you don't fuck it up.
Non-natural 20.
All right.
And I say a prayer
Okay.
to our group.
12.
Death?
Oh, okay.
Death is just another path.
Now, shortly before we came up with this plan, I conferred with my superiors. Hey, if we fail to go unseen, we're gonna weapons free fire on every fucker we can find and still follow the one with the heart, right?
Yeah.
We're dead no matter what, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's a zero-sum game.
High, low. Frengy.
Low.
Okay. High, low.
Hi.
Does not seem as though the shadow people have changed their trajectory. They glance around for a moment, but they just keep on going. So you
How did we both get that right?
a 59 and an 8. So
Let's
like
go.
you guys managed to both get it.
They call that white boy magic.
Yeah. So you continue to follow these guys. They go all the way back through that first apartment kitchen. Or no, they get to the Victoria kitchen, and then they hang a left on their end. They go through what seems to be a bedroom, then a dining room, and then they're all of a sudden into a hallway. They travel down the hallway into another hallway, and then around the corner, and then they go into this room, and there's this light. The room doesn't have a door per se. It's an open door. And there's just light streaming through and up the wall. All these hallways, by the way, there's like portraits on the walls, but there's no like faces. They've all been distorted. The wood is mangled and warped as well. The floor itself is knotted. It's not flat. It's very like rippled and messed up. There's this black mold everywhere. The closer you get and you're hearing this like thump 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 thump, but it's like a chorus of thumping noises. And you continue to hear this. It gets louder and louder as you follow these black creatures. And they go into this room where the light's pouring out of, and then they go around the corner so you don't see them anymore. So now you're in that hallway right before that doorway of light.
Captain,
Yes.
what do you reckon? Toss all our grenades in there and then make entry and weapons free?
All the flashbangs.
You don't want to see what's in the room first?
Yes. Well, maybe we'll just peek.
Hey,
Maybe
Guys.
I'll say a prayer before we go in.
I can
Go-
only
go
show
ahead,
you the
Sarge.
door. You're the ones who have to walk through it.
Fuck you.
It's appropriate. It's very appropriate.
Matrix.
It's a good movie.
It's my,
Yes.
it's my religion.
I'm aware
movie
it's your
too.
religion.
The path of the one.
I'm aware, Neo.
Praise him.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
Although in Resurrection, Trinity's also one of the...
Captain, you gonna give it a little peek? You want me to?
Yes.
You can Scooby-Doo around
Death
it if you want.
is. Excuse me, voice in head.
Sorry.
Before we go in guns a-blazing,
Sure.
you say, death is just another path. One that we all must take. The gray rain curtain of this world rolls back, and all turns to silver, glass, and then you see it. White shores, and beyond, a far green country, under a swift sunrise.
Amen.
And we go in through the door.
So you go in through the door, and you
Wait, hold up. I got something. If everybody's got quotes, I got a quote.
Okay.
Everybody.
Hey, the other night your tanks came right up towards the house. Is this not a violation of what you promised us? Yes or no? And then we will go.
Amen.
So you go in this room, and it's a large, square-shaped room, I would say. 50-foot tall ceiling, you're guessing, just by eyeballing it. The walls are littered with
crumbling.
junk and this black goo, but it's all lamps and lighters and flashlights all shining towards this pile. It is a mountain of hearts that are all beating,
Gross.
but they've been ripped open, and they're just all beating simultaneously. They take over the one that took the hamster, they toss it on the pile, and you notice a shadow person almost birthing its way out of the heart. And it still turns into a normal-sized shadow person, even though it's a teeny tiny heart. But the heart, after the shadow person emerges, it just keeps beating. You also notice, because of all the lights, that the hearts are giving off the shadow of the person that, or creature that inhabited or that, you know, it was their heart.
Yes.
And it looks like they're trying to get away, but can't get away from their own heart. So you just see all these shadows of people on the ground and creatures all desperately trying to get away but can't. They're just frantically scratching at nothingness as they're stuck here. And there's just this mountain of hearts all going up towards the ceiling. You're going to guess there are thousands of hearts. And these shadow people are almost like bees tending a nest or a hive of sorts. And they keep going out in and out of other doors. Some of the shadow people are moving towards the door that you just came in. So you can either hide or whatever you want to do. But there are quite a number of shadow people in this room.
In our note shed, we should destroy this nest.
That's what it said. It said, destroy the nest if you can.
And they're strong in the light, so we have to destroy these light sources.
Well, how many are in here that we can see?
At least a dozen.
Should two go clockwise, one go counterclockwise?
Just start shooting these fucks, and then we can
Shoot
take out
it.
the lights as we need see fit.
Well, let's go one along each wall, smashing lights, right? And then the one in the middle just spray at these motherfuckers, right?
That's what I'm
Now,
saying.
you've got full auto, and I've got a pistol. So I'll go on the lights, and you spray these
No,
assholes as you pray.
this is the center room, so
Yeah.
the 12 that are just in this room, there are probably a lot more in the surrounding rooms.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Okay.
So maybe we'll try to stealth and take. Can we just shoot the lights too? Maybe that's a better choice with our guns.
You have silencers. I
Yes.
assume you put them on.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Of course, they've been on the whole time to protect our hearing.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you could stealth and try and take out as many lights as possible.
Because they're strongest in the light, and there's tons of light here.
There is a lot of light.
So yes.
Roll stealth. Are you guys staying together
Do you
or
think a
trying to
grenade
spread
would
out?
take out all the lights?
You only have a flashbang.
I've got 3 flashbangs.
Mm-hmm.
Which would make them only stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. I'm aware.
And make you deaf. And blind.
You said, voice in the head.
Yes.
You said there was some lighters in there.
Yes, there are some. So this black goo that's on the wall. There are some lighters. There are flashlights. There are lanterns. That
Lightning
are more
bugs.
cabin style. Lightning bugs. All kinds of different light sources. Oil lanterns.
Oil lanterns.
like something you'd see in an old school cabin.
Fire will only make them stronger.
Well, I understand that, but if we were able to throw those oil lanterns onto the center beating mass,
It would make more light.
We just saw shadow creature emerge from a heart. Let's
So if you destroy the hatch,
let's fuck up those hearts.
so we'll destroy the lights and also fire the oil lanterns onto the lights, and
No.
in the same time, hopefully not die.
No, we just need to shoot the hearts.
Shoot the hatch.
save the cheerleader.
There's a
save
lot
the
of
world.
hearts. It would take a lot of bullets.
Yes, I think.
How much fire would it take? Like 2 lanterns?
I mean, how are you getting the oil? I mean, are you like?
If you smash an oil lantern, it
Yeah.
just
cascade?
cascades onto fire.
So the pile of hearts, I would say, is about 20 or 30 feet high,
It's pretty tall.
Jesus.
and I would say the base of it is about.
100 feet around?
Well, I was thinking more of a diameter, but it's almost like a pyramid of hearts. I would say it's probably about 40 feet at the base, so it's a big ass pile of hearts.
Could we disassemble some of our rounds?
You do see at the top, so there is a ceiling, and there's a hole in the ceiling.
Yes.
So
That's
What's
kind of
falling
like
out
a
of the
door.
hole?
nothing.
sneak-
it just looks
let's
like
sneak
it's a
back out.
rotted away hole.
Let's sneak back out and see if we can find some stairs to get on top.
You can do that if you want.
Yeah.
Hold on. Do I have a micro drone
No.
in my backpack?
Oh my god. Hilo.
Hi.
No.
You're right, T.
He's always right.
Let's sneak back out and see if we can't get above this fucker.
I don't think we can.
I've seen no stairs.
I've
this
seen
entire
0
time.
stairs.
Well, fuck you fellas. Fucking duck,
yes.
fellas. Y'all got some real
Let's montage to find stairs.
pessimistic
sure.
shit.
well,
so-
I'm just saying, man, this seems like a house of affinities.
Well, there's a hole in the fucking ceiling. There's got to go somewhere.
I don't think it does. I don't think it has to go anywhere.
Fuck it. Let's shoot the hearts.
We're in an interdimensional hellscape.
It sounds like you're losing faith.
This is. I'm not losing faith.
Sounds like
As soon
you're
as we
losing
die,
faith
we'll
in the
be resurrected in our favorite places.
Yeah, I'm gonna wake
all
up
right.
in my own bed.
one.
I dropped to
Yeah.
my knee. I say, Lord David Koresh, allow us to be immolated in this house and allow it to be burned to the ground just like your holy church was.
Okay.
Allow all the evil inside of it to be burned up just like the bodies of your faithful, their children, were burned inside that fateful night in Waco, Texas. Allow every ATF agent who tries to enter here to die of a heart attack before he even turns the doorknob.
So, are you doing something in this room? Or are you montage looking for stairs?
Well, my compatriots do not want to look for stairs.
Okay.
No.
Because I would just say if you do or do not find stairs.
We montage for stairs.
Okay. So you go back searching through the area that you were for quite a while, a few hours. You do find a set of stairs eventually that go up a floor. And again, numerous rooms. Sometimes you find exits, actually, doors that lead out to that purple wasteland.
We closed them.
Close the doors. Eventually, you make your way through multiple rooms, dining rooms, living rooms, family rooms, what appears to be mall stores, like all kinds of weird shit, libraries.
On the way, voice in the head,
Yeah.
we're going to pick up literally anything that might immolate or explode.
Doesn't look like
No more oil lamps.
you do see oil lamps.
Okay.
Any of the rooms
we
that
will
are cabin
extinguish
oriented.
those lamps and take the oil with us.
Okay. Every once in a while, especially when you go to extinguish the lamps, because you're like in the light,
Yes.
so to speak, you do attract boogums, but you know how to hide from them and whatnot. So, and you manage to avoid the black sludge, so you don't step in it or poke it or anything like that. Eventually, you make your way to a hallway, and you notice that this is an L-shaped hallway, and you notice at the end of this hallway, there is light shooting up out of the ground.
Yes, here we go.
You red-pilled me, man. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. You were right. I was wrong.
Never lose hope. Because faith is what guides us. And this shithole right here.
I would say,
Charlie, look, war don't determine who's right. Just who's left.
Well, I should have realized that you're my guide through the Wonderland, and you show me how deep the rabbit hole really goes.
You want to set some shit on fire with me, Charlie?
Yeah, let's fuck shit up.
Hell yeah.
high-low. Let's go with not Tristan, because he always gets it right. Let's go with Dingbat.
Which one?
Charlie.
Low.
You have 10 oil lamps.
It's not bad.
You have no idea if that was right or not.
So why don't you tell me?
I'm not telling you.
Why? It has nothing. It doesn't. So it was right, because you wouldn't be cagey if we were wrong.
Yeah, it was going to be 5 oil lamps or 10 oil lamps. So
Thanks, Tristan.
3 for 3.
cheating. You got 4. You got 4 oil lamps
Yeah, it's
now.
too late.
Cheating bastards. So you have 10 oil lamps. That's what you've collected. So yeah, you're now in that hallway, and there's that light peering up. If you pop your head over the holes, you see down into the pit or the nest of hearts.
Nice.
It's only about 10 feet below the hole, and they're all that heart. Those hearts are beating. Roll me sanity checks, by the way.
Ooh, we haven't done one
My
of these
best
in a while.
stat.
I forgot they existed.
That's fair. A save?
Yes.
17.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
13.
Okay. Oh.
Yes.
You two high lows.
Fuck.
Who's you two?
Not
He's
the
talking
one
to
that
us
did.
in
Yeah, the
here.
one that
I'm
rolled
not
13 and
Bono.
14. High lows.
You've rolled twice, though.
I did. One
Yeah,
for
one
each
for
of you.
each.
So, Steve, go first.
No, it's
No,
you and
you
me.
two, literally across from me.
Oh, you go first.
Hi.
And
I'll keep it low.
both got it right.
Yeah.
A 98 and a 38.
Our faith protects us.
Apparently. So yeah, so while you guys get a little nervous and your faith starts to waver ever so slightly, you are reinvigorated for whatever reason, and you feel this newfound strength. But yeah, so you have all these oil lamps and you're standing over a hole, which there's a whole
Yeah.
big pile of hearts. What are you doing?
We're going to try to douse the hatch all at once
Okay.
and then burn them alive.
All right, so you pour the oil lamps over the hearts. It doesn't appear as though pouring the oil attracts the attention of the monsters.
Nice.
And you've doused this whole thing. Now what are you doing?
We're going to say a prayer
Okay.
and ignite these fuckers and jump down and destroy all the light sources at the same
Well,
time.
hold on.
That's what I'm
Jump
doing.
down.
Well, why don't we just set them on fire with flashbangs and
See what
hail
happens.
bullets down there?
All right. Well, she set them on fire with flashbangs and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. You toss a flashbang in there, goes off, causes the oil to ignite. The entire pile of hearts goes up pretty quickly, and you hear lots of screaming and everything starts to catch on fire very quickly. The floor, the walls,
Ooh,
everything's burning.
y'all want to make it back to the
let's try
front
to
door?
Run back to the various doors we've closed.
Okay, so you run all the way back to the beginning, and again, the fire is moving pretty quickly behind you. And you get all the way back to the main room, and again, the fire was also spreading around the bottom too.
Yes.
This whole building is catching on fire pretty quickly, but you make it back down to the main entrance, and
And the door?
you open the door, and it's the purple wastelands outside.
Fuck.
It's all right. We knew this was going to
We
happen.
closed the door.
Close the
Well-
door.
I am a servant of the secret fire. Flame of voodoo.
Sure.
You shall not pass, I say to the fire.
Okay.
And this is where my story ends. I will wake
I'll
up
be
in my
immolated
bed.
just like my Messiah.
And I'll believe whatever y'all want me to believe.
The warm, loving embrace of a raging inferno just overtakes.
Fuck that. I swallow my PPK. My wolf.
Good idea. Overtakes you. The two of you that didn't shoot themselves burn alive. Meanwhile, back in the real world, everybody who's been watching the SCP-1983, the doorway to nowhere disappears, just dissipates. And all of a sudden, it becomes a normal house again. And there are no signs of the anomaly at all. The house is a totally normal house once again, except that there are a bunch of desiccated and burned bodies in whatever rooms or general vicinity in relation to the Nowhereville that you were in is located. So you guys, your burnt up bodies are right there in the main entrance. The desiccated remains of the other people who went in and died also located in whatever spot that they died in the building. The SCPA Foundation buries the remains, gives you guys post-mortis medals of honor, so to speak. And this once Keter-classed anomaly is now designated as presumed and neutralized, as there does not appear to be an anomaly anymore. So with that, we're going to call it. So thanks for tuning in. Check us out next time.
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Reddit, and Twitch at Botched Podcast. This episode of Botched was brought to you by the Patreon producers, Weapon of Choice, Big Jim, The Knock Lord, Chronic Skinner, B-Mail, Bashanda Panda, Scruntle Furniture, Chris Wisdom, Zukari, Scabby Goose, Lost Limey, God King, Red Panda Bash,
Long may he bash.
Sapper Supreme, and Oh, Swampy. Want to support the show? You can do so over at freedomvalleyhorsepace.com, dickblood.club, lizardteats.com, mookmolk.com, buytheseviagras.com, louisianapocketgophers.com, damnyoudennis.com, birdswithpenises.com, chickens.church, partymormons.com, or simply patreon.com/SpongeBobCraze. Want to support the show? You can do so over at iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, and leave us a 5-star review, and Tristan will read it out on the show. Also, I haven't talked about this a lot recently, but we do have a store where if you want Botch merch, you can head on over to botchpodcast.com/store and pick up your t-shirts, stickers, coasters, whatever you want over there.
I know buy food.
Also on the TikToks.
Ooh,
Whoa.
TikTok store. Thank you to Gozer for intro and outro music. More of them over at Gozer_music on all social media, or find their album on Spotify. Thank you to Emily Swan for album art. Support her all over the internet at a swan named Emily. Want to send something to the show and have Tristan open it up on stream? You can do so at P.O. Box 3178, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania 17325. And we'll add it to the shelf of shame here in the studio.
Shameful.
And as always,
And as you pass the test, and will diminish into the west, and remain Chaloncreal.
we'll see you next week, nerds.
You can support each of us in our own little different ways. My first comic book has come out, and if you'd like to purchase it, you can head on over to www.hiveheadstudios.com, where you can even download a free sample of the book to see if it's something, up your alley. You can also support me over at patreon.com/hiveheadstudios. You can support Steve's stuff over at YouTube or TikTok or any of his other social media at He Who Is Steve. You can support Phil on Patreon or Twitch at Imaginary Nomad, and you can check out Chonky every so often on Twitch at Chonky_Kong.
We nailed it.
Well, more like 2.5 because Phil broke
First
it
try,
three, but
first
whatever.
try.
That's fine.
Look at all these buggers.
All right, bringing us in.
Boogie sugars.
Shuggy
Booga
boogies.
shuggies.
Oh, shuggy boogies.
Let me lick some of them boogie.